Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
The Hebrew Israelites from the Camp GMS Cleveland. Before we get started, we'll give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, B'chakmadash.
Give honor to the apostle of the great millstone who will will. And peace and blessings to the hopeful elect that preaches truth sincerely across the four corners of the earth. This is another lesson through the spirit power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai. And Lord willing, this lesson be edifying to the hopeful elect. And the name of this lesson is the preview of the hour of temptation. Because those are the times we're coming in. We're coming into the time of the hour of temptation, where everyone on earth is going to be tempted to receive that electronic device, man. According to Revelations 13 and 15. But Revelations 3 and 10, it speaks about that hour of temptation, man. How this is about to come upon the whole world. Because, hey, that's the whole reason why this pandemic happened. It happened so Esau could see how he can maneuver when he enforced this thing, man. It was to see who would comply and who would reject. You had a whole lot of people complying, but you had a whole lot of people rejecting it as well, where it was uproars about it all over America, all over Europe. This thing in China is an uproar, of their freedom being taken away, so on and so forth. All of this, what is that predictive programming? All of these things is leading up to that ultimate hour of temptation, man. But somebody got the scripture?
This book of Revelation 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation.
Right, so hey, if you serve the Lord, be faithful, you don't gotta worry about the hour of temptation. You don't gotta worry about taking that device, man. Because guess what? The Lord is gonna avoid you from taking that device. Because everyone's gonna be tempted, but everyone's not gonna take it, man. And the Lord has a small remnant that's gonna reject it as well, man. But if you're serving the Lord, you don't gotta worry about taking that, man. Because the people who do take that, that's for their destruction. That's for their judgment, because they as wicked as hell, because they're not seeking the Lord, man. But for the ones that's righteous, that's striving to be righteous, they're not gonna take it, man. It's a little bit more on that.
Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
Right, so this thing is gonna come upon the whole world. That's the Greek word oikoumene, which is talking about the actual earth, man. This is gonna be worldwide. This is gonna be global around the four corners of the earth. Either you take this thing, or you cannot. You cannot be a part of society, man. And majority of people is gonna take it, man. Just like with this whole little this thing that just took place, this juicy juice. You had a lot of people, especially the older generation, but you had a lot of people that took this thing, man. And guess what? You had people that dropped dead. Oh, you can't forget about Tiffany Culver. They replaced her with another bitch and shit, man. You had all these people drop dead and got sick and that's just bugged out. Caught Parsleys, all these Wendy Williams, she got paralyzed on her feet and all of this stuff. All these things happen to different people who are taking this thing, man. And guess what? Everything is so-called back to normal now. You don't even need to take the thing. You can go to your job. Like certain places enforce masks. Certain places do. Maybe the hospital or the IRS building. Stuff like that. Those places enforce it. But for the most part, you don't gotta wear the MASK no more. You don't gotta do the social distance. You don't gotta worry about losing your job. None of that. It's literally like none of that never happened, man. And that right there shows you that whole thing was bullshit anyway, man. But hey, that was just a test, man. That was Esau testing these people, but that was also the Lord testing too, man. Seeing who was faithful, man. But the ultimate test gonna be when that hour of temptation comes. Because if you take that, it's over with. See the juicy juice. You know, you can repent from that. You could still receive salvation. But if you take that MOTB, it's over with for you, man. You would not receive salvation. You would die a horrible death, man. I got precepts.
I got a precept from what you just said. This is Revelation, the 14th chapter. And I'm going to start at verse 7. Revelation chapter 14, verse 7. Well, it's like I'm going to start at verse 8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, what great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And ultimately, that's what all of these prophecies are leading up to, the fall of Babylon. You know, and then it says why? Because this place, Babylon, the wickedness of this place is spreading all across the world. You know, through the influence of these different nations. And Jake is scattered across the four corners of the globe. So that wicked vibration cannot spread throughout the whole congregation of Israelites. So therefore, that's why this place has to go. It says verse 9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image, which the beast in his image, right, is everything that contributes for this society. You know, if you taking part in the alphabet game, and you're a supporter of the alphabet game, you know, the different religions of this world, you know, different idolatries, things of that nature, worshiping these, you know, wicked pagan holidays. The democracy of this place, the government, the way this place is ran, it's all wickedness, man, all right, which consists of that beast and that image. So everyone who's for this place, right, is going to fall right along with this place. It says, and receive his MARK in his forehead or in his hand, right, which we know that's the MOTB, that tiny tech. Verse 10, which that's what he's going to really try to enforce on the whole world. And he's already got certain nations that's, you know, switched their currency over to digital already. And they already using it, man, certain nations. America is just going to be the best for last, man. So it says, verse 9, it's like verse 10, the same shall drink. So this verse 10 explains the consequence for taking that MOTB and for worshiping this beast system.
And just to add on there, because in that verse it goes into, you know, it just saying hand. You know, you're not, oh, you still your right hand, you can use your left hand, this and that. But guess what? This verse is saying hand, so it don't matter where you take it at. It could be your left butt cheek, your toe. It don't matter where you take it at, man.
It says, Revelation 14:10, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation. Right, which that wine, this is a parable, man. This is a dark saying, this is a mystery. Right? Verse 10, it talks about the destruction of Babylon, but it mainly hones in on those who take that MOTB and those who worship this beast system. Right? So their consequence, it says they shall drink the wine of the wrath of Yahweh. What does that represent? The judgments that the Lord is going to bring upon this place, man. The different plagues, which ultimately consist of those ICBM missiles. So if you take that, well, let me keep reading. I don't want to jump.
Right, and this why the apostles and elders of GMS say that we have 100% truth, man. Because hey, GMS is the #1 camp that teach about the MOTB, man. You that's the #1 top camp that teach about it and be consistent with it. You see constant videos of brothers speaking on the MOTV because that's the next major prophecy take place, man. That's the time we in.
I got this this blue letter for the word hour in the book of Revelation, chapter 3 and 10, where it says hour of temptation. It says horah. It says a certain definite time or season fixed by natural law and returning with the revolting year. You know, because the brother was, the brothers was going into, the word prophecy. You know, and we know that this is a sure thing. You can't deny that, Esau is pushing this agenda. You know, and you can't deny that it's prophesied in the scriptures. Revelation, 13 and was that 16? No man may buy or sell. Esau is condemned by that. That's like his insecurity, because he know that he has to push that agenda, and he know that we prophesying that he is gonna do that, So what do he have left but to do? He like back into a corner. He don't have nothing left to do but to do that, So that's why in the current time that we in, we just in the process of him gradually pushing that agenda, and manipulate the minds of these people who are ignorant to it. You know what I mean? So that it's just pretty much a training process up until that moment. It says a certain definite time or season fixed by natural law, right? Hey, these words are true, man. So we know that it's gonna play a part in the reality that we live in right now. It says by natural law and returning with the revolving year of the seasons of the year, spring, summer, autumn, and winter. So it's just a matter of time. You see, the daytime bounded by the rising or setting of the sun, a day, the 12th part of the day, daytime, and hour. The 12th hour of the day it says any definite time, point in time, moment. So we know through the scriptures it's gonna be a moment where this potato crunch is gonna be implemented, and people are going to have to make a decision whether they're gonna take it and serve these devils, or whether they're gonna deny it, and serve the Lord, man. Because you're gonna have to choose one. Like the scripture say, you cannot choose power or mammon. Paraphrasing. You got something?
Back in Revelation chapter 14, verse 10, it says, "And the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of Yahweh, which is poured without mixture into the cup of his indignation." Which you know wine to be very bitter. So this judgment is being compared to wine, because how bitter this judgment is going to be, right? Because wine can be so bitter, especially in the ancient world, it was so bitter and strong that you would have to mix it with something, like we know modern day, like as a chaser, like you maybe drink a strong drink and you chase it with orange juice or something like that, just to take away from that, that bitterness or that strong taste of it. So it go down smooth. But guess what? The Lord is not going to do that with this judgment. There's not going to be no chaser for this judgment. It's going to be straight bitterness, right? The scriptures talk about how these devils going to have to drink the dregs, right, of that slavery. Drink the dregs of that cup, because they're going to have to go into slavery just like how we went into slavery. So it says verse 10. No, it's still more on 10. It says that he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. Right. So that's going to be the judgment, to be burned. The judgment is for your eyes to consume in your holes, for your tongue to consume in its mouth, for your skin to consume, for your flesh to consume off your bones, man. That's what that fire and brimstone is going to do. Your flesh to consume while your spirit is still in your body to feel it. That's what the Lord is going to do if you take that MOTB, man. And it's going to be in the presence of the holy angels that dwell in the heavens. It's going to be in the presence of the elect, and it's going to be in the presence of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, man. Which that's embarrassing. That's shameful.
Hell yeah.
You know? And then you come back in the kingdom to be ashamed.
I just gonna say it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Lord.
God.
Don't nobody want to get judged. Hey, gruesomely at that. What the scripture say? It's better to be hit by a sword, paraphrasing, than to die of a famine. Hey, the Lord got certain judgments set out for specific people at specific times, man. That's nothing to play with. That's some scary shit.
That's the spirit y'all said though. That's embarrassing though, because hey, it's like let's say you got siblings or cousins. Then you are your youngest self, you a kid, you got siblings and cousins, and y'all all together, and you get your ass whooped in front of everybody.
Right.
Or back in the day, how parents used to come up to the schools and whoop their kids in front of everybody. That's embarrassing. You know, that's embarrassing. You know, inside joke, but that shit. That's a sign of humiliation. It's gonna be like, damn. Cause you gonna know you fucked up, and everybody gonna know you fucked up. Like, damn, you gonna be in the kingdom. Shit, like, damn, everybody gonna know you for that nigga that was just a bitch ass nigga, man, and took the chip and keep his integrity. You know, ain't fall out to Yahweh Shai Shah, man. That's how you gonna look at, man. That's why Yahweh Shah said it about Judas, man, that it was better that he be not even born, man, because in the kingdom, Judas gonna be ashamed, man. You know? So it's gonna be like everybody else that don't make this first going around. They gonna be ashamed, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like you should have never even been born. Shouldn't have even ran across the truth, man. Because the Lord doing it so cold, he making it where everybody can't say, "Oh, well, I ain't have a chance." That's why he using niggas like Ye and Kanye and all of this shit, man. I mean, Ye and Kyrie and shit, man. To mark everybody, to mark everybody for whether they get sealed or destroyed, man. And the ones that get destroyed, they gonna be they gonna be ashamed, man.
That's right. I had another scripture too, but it's still some more on this. Verse 11, this Revelation chapter 14, verse 11. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast in his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Verse 12, here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of Yahweh and the faith of Yahweh Shai. Because those who keep the Lord's commandments and the faith of Yahweh Shai, they're not going to take the MOTB. They're not going to worship the beast. They're not going to bow the knee to Baal, man. And Lord willing, we striving to be those men. That's why we're warning our people about what the MOTB is. We're not sugarcoating it.
Right. And also, you know, but not only that, but also because the scripture said that keeping his patience, you know. Because that's part of what the brother just mentioned is part of the patience. You know, continuing to teach and to warn, that's part of the patience. You know?
Because that's suffering. Patience goes into suffering.
Yep.
We're going through hell, man.
Hell yeah,
Preaching
bro.
this word, man.
Hell yeah, man.
You know, this ain't a light thing to deal with. We got to go through burdens in the world.
Right. Dealing with the 2/3 niggas who don't give a fuck about the Lord.
Hey, for real, man. Think of our apostles and elders.
Yeah,
how long they
man.
and how much they have to deal with. How much they still got to deal with, man.
Bro, 33 years of dealing with Esau and niggas, man. And teaching and condemning, you know, anything that come up against Yahushua, man. You know? I got to precept this book of 1 John chapter 2 and verse 28. And now, little children, abide in him that when he shall appear, right, abide in him. You know, because what did the Lord do? He was applying patience and showcasing suffering. You know, it says, and now little children abide in him, that when he shall appear, we may be we may have confidence, right? Because that's all we need is just that little bit of faith that we'll be able to get on one of them chariots. You know, that little bit of hope that we'll be able to get on them chariots if we get right with the Lord. You know, so that we'll be able to be confident. When them ships come, man, we want to be confident, because when them ships come, a lot of people gonna fear, man. They're gonna be scared as fuck. You know, because the Lord ain't coming back. Once again, the Lord's not coming back hugs and kisses for everybody. You know, he coming back zapping people like the scriptures say. You know, so we don't want to be fearful in that day, you know, because we might just get fearful in that day. Lord, let's say Lord's willing, we is those men. You know, hey, we don't still want to be. We still could get fearful when the chariots come back, because we in the flesh and we know the shit that we done did that wasn't, you know, to the Lord's pleasure. You know, so hey, man, so that we, like the scriptures say, it says, when he shall appear, we may have confidence and not be ashamed before him at his coming. Right, that word ashamed again. Because once again, man, brothers, we want the first go around, man. We don't want to be in the kingdom ashamed and crying all the fucking time, man. You know, not saying that Jake gonna be doing that, but you know, just Jake don't want to be in that predicament. We want to get the first go around, man. Lord's want to be those men, you know.
I got something to close it off with, or to close out. This Amos chapter 9, verse 9. It says, "For lo, I will command, and I will sift the house of Israel among all nations. Like as corn is sifted in a sieve, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth." Right, because once again, the Lord is doing what? He's gathering his elect from the four corners of the earth, man. We were scattered abroad. We were scattered everywhere. You know, you think of the besiege of Jerusalem from the Roman Empire. We had to flee. We predominantly fled, you know, in West Africa, but we fled everywhere. You had remnants of Israelites that fled other places as well. So we were scattered as a people, and we're still scattered to this day, man. And wherever we were scattered at, wherever land we would flee to, that's where, you know, you will be fruitful and multiply. So you have Israelites that look like different nations, but what the Lord is doing is he's making a separation. He's separating the Israelites from who are the real physical Gentiles. He's separating 2/3 of Israel from the elect of Israel. Who's going to be saved and who's going to be destroyed? It's being made known, evident through the works of those people, man. If a nigga is doing things contrary to the scriptures, and he's no longer walking within the doctrine that he's supposed to be walking in, then 9 times out of 10, he's going to be destroyed, man, if he doesn't repent. But if you're fearing the Lord, if you're keeping the Lord's commandments to the best of your ability, and you're fearing the Lord, right, and you serving him in sincerity and the truth, with fear and trembling, then if you continue, if you endure to the end, you're going to be saved. And that's what we're trying to do, like the brother said, Lord willing, we be those men.
So yeah, Lord willing, this was edifying with that. We will close out, giving all praise and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Kakodash.
the honest and apostle of the great millstone, will and peace and blessings and a hopeful leg. Shalom and abide for all.
Shalom.